Let's have a very quick look at the graphs of proportion. We know that when we have direct proportion between two variables, they have different equations depending on how they are related, such as y equals kx, or y equals kx squared, or y equals the cube root of x. And you need to know what the graphs of each one look like. So let's have a look. The graph of y equals kx, like we did before, is just a straight line that hits through the origin, which is the point 0, 0. One thing you need to know here is that the gradient is equal to k. So the bigger k is, the steeper the curve is. Moving on to the next curve, y equals kx squared is not a straight line. It actually goes up something like this. Y equals kx cubed is very similar to kx squared, except that it's going to go even faster and even steeper a lot quicker. Y equals k times the square root of x actually goes the opposite way. As you can see here, this curve gets steeper and steeper, but the curve y equals k root x just gets shallower and shallower, like that. And finally, y equals k times the cube root of x gets shallower faster, like this. Now that you know what those curves look like, we need to look at inverse proportion graphs. Now these all look very similar, which is why I'm going to do them on one axis, but they all go at different steepnesses. So, y equals k over x looks something like this. As you can see, it starts off steep and then gets shallower and shallower until we're over here where it's almost horizontal, but not exactly. Y over kx squared starts off roughly in the same place, but gets deeper, like that. Y equals kx cubed, like kx squared, starts off in kind of the same place, but gets deeper even quicker. And finally, y equals k over the root of x gets shallower quickly, like that. So it doesn't drop as much. And those are the four curves you need to know. You've got k over x here, you've got k over root x here, you've got k over x squared here, and k over x cubed here. And that's it for recognising inverse proportion graphs. In questions, they like to ask you to sketch the relationship on a curve between two variables, so you do need to know what they all look like. Okay?